What's up everybody? I'm Ruby Juice and this is another one of my Michigan Farm Let's Plays. Last time we finished up spraying herbicide on all of our fields to take care of all the weeds, so this time around we're going to be waiting for harvest. Our fields are still in the growth state they were when we were spraying, 12 and 29, getting close to ready to harvest, and 30 and 20 still another couple of growth stages away. So while we're waiting for that to happen, let's take a look at our contracts and see what we've got available. Well, we've got one to collect, so we'll do that. Could harvest field 11. Got lots of harvesting, lots of harvesting. We've got a couple of spraying with herbicide, so I think we'll take those too. Let's do some spraying of herbicide, and after those are finished, that should hopefully take us to harvest and also give us a bit of money in the bank to get us started. So first things first, we're going to have to go and fill up with some herbicide. Although, you know what? Why don't we just hold off and we'll spray the first field and then we'll see. So since my last video, Wopster has come out with the GPS mod, which is very exciting. I know a lot of people have been looking forward to a GPS mod for the game, and it's awesome that we finally have one. So if you haven't already seen it, I did a tutorial of the GPS mod from Wopster on the channel, and it's fantastic, I have to say. I love it. I think he did an amazing job setting it up. You can do a lot of different things with it. It really helps you figure out sort of, setting your straight lines, as well as being able to tell where you've been if you're spraying a field. This one's not too bad, obviously we could tell where we've been, but sometimes you're spraying or you're spreading fertilizer and you have no idea what you've covered and what you haven't, and that GPS mod, whew, it definitely does a bang-up job of helping you figure out where you've been and where you need to be, and also just stay in a straight line. And I absolutely love that you need to buy a separate GPS unit for each machine, so you can't just install the mod and suddenly you have GPS everywhere. You have to go to the shop and purchase a GPS unit for your tractor, which costs, I think, $15,000 per vehicle. But it's just a great little touch. You can't just have it all for free. You need to go and get a unit for the tractor, and again, it makes it more realistic, so that if you decide, okay, I'm just going to have one sort of dedicated GPS tractor, then that's the one I'm going to use, because I will use it for spraying and I'll use it for seeding and whatever the things that you kind of feel like you need it for, then that can be your one tractor that has it, and maybe over time you upgrade and eventually you've got a bunch of different things with it. But to sort of start out and have to make those choices and pay the money for it, definitely love that little added touch of realism. You'll notice as well that if you look down at the cruise control in the HUD there in the bottom right, that there's a little 3 above it. So I recently installed the new speed control mod, which is available on the Giants mod hub, and it allows you to set 3 different cruise control options. So rather than having one cruise control and you have to constantly change it around depending on if you're, say, running the chaser bin for a combine, or if you're going full speed, or if you have some other speed adjustment you need to make, you can set 3 different ones. So if I hit 2 on my keyboard here, it's just set at 20 right now. Also one set at 10, or I have one set at max speed. And to bring them up or down, you just use the plus and minus on your keypad. And there you have it. So we'll go fill this up with some herbicide. Certainly got enough money for it after doing that contract. And then we'll take care of field number 1. And hopefully after that, at least one of our fields will be ready for harvest, or if not ready, close enough that we can get the equipment out there and get it all set up and in position for getting harvest underway. Well, after collecting on our contract and buying 5 pallets of herbicide, we are still sitting at $12,000. Not a bad little income, and we should not use even close to that much herbicide on this field, and we're going to collect another $16,000 from this contract, so we'll be in quite good shape. Of course, we still have that massive loan to pay off, so you know, good shape, I guess, is relative, but slowly making a little bit of headway on it, little by little. And the harvest of all of these soybeans should certainly put a decent dent in it, although we may have to just hold on and wait for a better price for the first little while. We'll have to see. May have to do some more contracts to pay for our next round of seeding. But the good news is we don't have to do the lime, which was what took us forever. And that's another contract in the books. Let's go top up the herbicide for now with the extra pallet that we have, and we'll take this back to the farm. And as we approach the farm, we see the field are still not ready for harvest. We'll go ahead and get our machinery in position for sure. Alrighty. So let's start out with our 9870 STS. I think what we're going to do is set it up right here. Probably easiest to start it on this end of the field where we've got lots of space. So we can harvest down that way and then do the headland down there once we've done that. So we'll go ahead and pick up our header. And we'll get the combine in position. And the T560 will also get ready. Sure where we want to start it. I think we'll start it down on the other end of the field doing the headlands up here. So, where do we want our grain buggy? We'll likely just pull it out. Bring it over just behind the combine here. Just off to the side a bit. Ready to head out. So I think what I'll do is I'll take this 6M and just pull that header trailer out of the way. No sense in having it sitting around. Alrighty, and look at that, our crops are ready to harvest on this field. So as excited as I am to try out the STS, I just want to get the headlands going here and then send this T560 on its way. So let's go ahead and do that. I think we'll do three headland runs here. There, back, and then there again, and then it can start working on that far side of the field while we have the STS working on the near side. Okay, and we'll set a worker in the T560. And we'll get the 9870 running. Very nice in action. See our T560 off there in the distance. Now we may have to switch over to the T560 to get it to stop before it goes into that ditch at the end. Which I realized as I was watching myself back and thinking more about Michigan agriculture that I was calling these irrigation ditches. It's just as or more likely that they're actually drainage ditches, and I look like a bit of a fool for that. I should have thought of that, realizing that here in Alberta where I live now, irrigation is obviously more popular, but drainage back where I came from was a bigger problem, and so it's more likely that these are drainage ditches, but I suppose you never know. Stop that one there, and we will take control of the T560 here. Make sure that's not going to go careening off into the ditch. Take care of the headlands with it as well. I think we're probably safe to just do an up and back. I think we're going to be busy with the carting tractor, that's for sure. We'll hire a worker there. And we'll take control here of larger combine. So I would like to do one run across the end here, just to give a little more space for the worker to turn around. I may have to switch back to the T560 to get it going back up and down the field now, but basically managing a fleet of workers here. So back again. That should be sufficient space to turn around, so we'll set the smaller combine on its way down the field. Although it's getting very close to full actually, so you know what, why don't we go ahead, send it on one more trip down the headland here. We'll do this run across the end to make sure there's lots of space to turn. And the smaller combine will probably be full by the time we're done this. Looks as though the T560 actually did finish its route there. So what we'll do is we'll just back it up, pop that out, and we'll head over to empty it. Beautiful Elmer's Hallmaster. Beautiful scene here. Look at all that green. Shut down that tractor. Bring this back to the other end. You can see there our other field is also ready to go. Hire the worker. See the dueling combines there. Looks like the STS is almost full already as well. And here's where the speed control comes in handy. So if we look at our first cruise control there, it's already set up for harvesting. Almost looks like this combine isn't exactly made for this width of header. Barely reach there. The STS can hold quite a bit. Soak in this Elmer's. We will need to manage the levels of each of our combines quite carefully, making sure that they don't get too full when they're going the wrong way on the field. So I think what we'll do is we'll go ahead and empty the T560 again on its way down this way. Now, one thing we're going to want to do while we're doing this is making sure that our seeder is ready to go, and you can see the fill levels are a little bit subpar at the moment, so we're definitely going to have to fill that up as this is happening. And now seems like a good time to do that. Since our combines are relatively empty, got some cash. I was just checking to see how high my loan could go, and I maxed it out again just to check. So we'll use that to purchase ourselves some seed and fertilizer. So another mod that recently came out are the placeable fill tanks, and you can get a water tank, solid fertilizer, liquid fertilizer, herbicide, and seed. So you can buy any of those, place them on your farm so you can fill up with whatever you need. So those will definitely come in very handy, and I think that's something we'll want to look into as we expand. So as we see our STS making its way up there, I think we should probably get over there and empty it once again, although we may be a little bit late. We'll just see if we can make it. Excuse me, sir, are you heading to turn around? Because I would really like if you would just empty. Thank you. It was a bit odd. These combines are certainly making quick work of these fields. So we'll position our tractor at the ready, and we'll continue filling our seeder. And with that being done, I'll take this back to the farm. And we'll empty out the T560 once again. Our Hallmaster is almost full. There's quite a few soybeans that we're looking at. We've got lots of open field here, so we can get our fertilizer spreader going, and also our seeder. Let's get the spreader lined up. It's currently full of lime, so we're going to have to find somewhere to dump the lime. Now, I suppose the question is, do we want to use our fertilizer spreader, or do we want to use the sprayer? The sprayer will certainly be much faster. Fertilizer spreader could be cheaper. But it's currently full of 18,000 liters of lime. We won't be able to empty this combine out entirely. So this thing's going to be full quite soon. What the total capacity is, but it looks like it's 56,000. Hopefully that's enough to allow these combines to finish off fields, but we definitely need to get our truck out. So we've got the Lizard Warrior with the Merritt Super Bee trailers. And we'll just pull it on the road right over here. Actually, we can drive it onto the field now. And we'll get the Hallmaster unloading. Got the first bay filled there. Make sure that Helper A here stops at the end. We just have to bring it down and finish off that one tiny strip that the STS missed. And this field will be complete. Alrighty folks, so that's going to be it for this episode. Next time we're going to finish off this harvest and we're going to reseed, and we'll see what we're going to do with all the money that we get from these soybeans. So until next time, take care.